follow. Okay, don't close businesses because UK has now also said that they'll recognize Palestine also. So, but again, if this brand thinks that they're to be honest, they have said that they'll recognize Palestine, but they're still supplying weapons to Israel. It's a big deal. Obviously, they want to earn money. You can't complain.
$12 billion to be exact have been supplied by the White House since Trump has come into presidency. But just to speak about, Lush, Majid, they actually have a really interesting employee policy, just like general policy. They have this thing, by the way, where they don't believe in social media.
Oh.
So a few years ago, they completely banned being on Instagram, Snapchat, all of these apps. No, I'm being so serious with you right now, by the way.
It's weird.
They don't believe in it. They're just on YouTube because they released a statement and they basically said that we believe in the mental health of children. We believe in the mental health of our customers. And social media does not support the mental health of our customers. And by the way, they sell so much. I feel like people just do the advertising for them on TikTok. Like, guys, use Super Milk, use Sticky Dates. But they also have, and I think with Lush, it's like they also do this other thing where I don't think anybody who actually works in the store is actually full-time. Everyone is a part-timer.
Yeah.
So even like say if you went up the ranks, right? If you went up the ranks, you went from a normal salesperson to a supervisor. If you're a supervisor, okay, you do 4 hours, 5 days a week.
Nice.
That is still part-time. I think when you go up to manager, then that's different. But then it still goes around. The schedule changes. Okay, maybe you work 8 hours, 5 days a week, but it could be either from 7 to, I don't know what, 4. It could start from 12.
Rotation.
It's always rotational and it always changes. And it's like, it's interesting because I remember when I used to work there, if you guys are curious, the rate is 30 dirhams an hour.
Nice.
And I know a lot of people would say that's not a lot of money, like, why? But you know what, Majid? The one thing I miss about that store is when I would clock out, like nobody bothers you.
Yeah.
Nobody calls you. It's like you walk in, I would have this clock-in system, I'd log in, ploop, and out I go, ploop. No one would, and it's like, I never knew how that was such a deep thing. I feel like in corporate, I feel like the lines are blurred. And the reason why I specifically bring this up is because I know a lot of people sometimes ask themselves, how come like you have managers who are so talented, but they're like working in retail, Like you can go to corporate, you can go up the ladder, you can make more money. But for those people, like I'm starting to get it. You want somewhere where you can just go to work there, and once you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
Like
you pull the shutter down, and you're like
exactly
that's
like
the
you're actually out. No one's gonna contact you. It's like nothing is involved here. What do you think about that?
Depends on the nature of the job. Like if you're front face, for example, if you're a cashier at a bank, you won't have to worry about anything as soon as the bank closes, right? But if you're working in the back office where there's like transactions happening and a lot of things happening, you're in the head office, it's the closing of the month, you have so much to do. Depends on the nature of the job. Yeah, I would love that, a job like that. But I think 15 years ago, I made a decision of working 24 hours, 365 days a year when I chose journalism. And that's the life of a journalist.
I don't
didn't
agree
know
with that.
Back then, I didn't deep it, but now I realize
I really don't
it's
agree
a choice
with that,
that you
Majid.
make.
Exactly what you said there. It's a choice that you make. I think I said this to Sammy before. I'll say it again. Like with everyone who is in corporate, we're not saving lives. Like nobody's gonna die. You can wait. Some people. You can wait. Come on. You can wait. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's a choice. It comes to a choice and it comes to boundaries.
See, even if you're not doing anything, for example, I was not doing anything in the last 8 days, but you have to keep up because if I missed those 8 days, if I didn't read the emails, the newsletters, the news every day, if I come back, those 8 days, I will have to cover them up now. So just like giving half an hour to yourself to just read the email and quickly see something, what's happening, is everything fine? I think that gives you, but again, you can't log out completely. Sometimes when I was traveling or standing in front of a waterfall and stories and all that and having lunches, I was completely out. But depends. Again, it's very job-based. What job you do, what work you do. But with journalists, I remember the very first editor of mine in my life, he welcomed me and he was like, it's a 24/7, 365 days job. So be prepared. So I think, carry that with me. Again, it's a choice. I made a choice. I could have moved into corporate comms or something, but I didn't. I think I like the rush that you get from it. Maybe an adrenaline junkie or something. But again, I remember Vard and me met, and the very first 2 or 3 weeks we were talking about a lot of stuff. The next second time, then you join. And she's like, why? And I was like, I think there is something within a person which makes him a journalist. And I also told her that a lot of big journalists, they don't have good work-life balances.
I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this.
The
It's your
editors that I've
choice.
known are either divorced or they have family problems. Their kids don't talk to them because they're so much into work. And with digital media now coming, for example, when I joined like 10, 15 years ago, we made the newspaper and we actually shut down the shutter. So 6-ish, we'll complete all the news stories. Whatever came after that, we didn't care. It's going the next day. We'd finish the pages, everything goes to the designer, he designs. By 9, we've made the pages, and thank you very much, bye. But then digital media came and it changed the game completely, and you're like, you
can't
have to
wait
be
until the
online
next
all the
morning.
time. Anything happens at 12, you don't have a copy to print and put it in the printing press, and then it will come out the next day.
That's deep.
You have socials now, so you have to publish it. So it became quicker because of digital media. No thanks to digital media, but yeah, this is the thing. But good move from, to be honest, Lush. Let's see if someone else follows. A lot of brands have done stuff, but this is like completely closing down for one day. Very big. Lush for one day. Very big move. And next up, we have Sphere, my favorite entertainment venue, which hasn't still opened, but Sphere Entertainment, which is the US-based company, and they're behind the Las Vegas's iconic Sphere, has secured Qatari trademark. Reported quarterly revenues of $283 million, up 3% year-on-year, despite a $50 million operating loss. Results improved from 2024, with adjusted operating income climbing to $62 million. A Doha launch could further cement the company's global expansion strategy across key tourism and entertainment markets.
I think with this story, like when you take a look at Qatar getting Sphere,
Yeah.
this is why I love Saudi Arabia, man. I love Saudi. Saudi's building neon.
Yeah,
you know?
they're like, we don't need
like
it.
they're like, we don't need no Sphere. We don't
Yeah.
need no basketball. We're gonna build a futuristic sci-fi
They're building
city.
the Murabba, you know, the thing, the square thing.
Murabba?
Yeah, it's
What?
kind of like a museum plus
Yeah.
a cultural site. So it's called the new Murabba. It's Murabba, I think it means square or a
Yeah.
cube also. So they're building the new cube. There's a lot of problems with its shape, its design. A lot of people are not happy with it, but they're making that. So they have their own cube now. They don't want the
not
square.
It's a square. It's a square.
It's a square?
It's a
Murabba
square.
is a square?
Yes, it's a square.
Okay, but obviously it has a cube shape. It's not a 2D, it's a 3D, so most probably it's a cube in shape. There's very less information about it. I remember we did.
It's a square.
It's a square?
It's a
Murabba
square.
is a square?
Yes, it's a square.
Okay, but obviously it has a cube shape. It's not a 2D, it's a 3D, so most probably.
Clear difference here between the UAE, between Saudi, and between Qatar. I feel like Qatar, they had their like big moment on the stage during the World Cup.
Yeah.
I feel like that was really their big moment for them, getting that stadium ready, fighting all those Western insults. Like it was just, it was big. It was big. It was a big moment. But I think that after the World Cup ended, I feel like this is definitely the time for them to get their momentum back, because we're seeing how, in Abu Dhabi, they're bringing Disneyland, and it's not going to be owned by Disney. It's owned by this Abu Dhabi-based company, Miral. And then we're seeing in Saudi, they're building a $500 billion megacity project, NEOM. So I think you can see that there's a clear differentiator between these Gulf countries. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Qatar can maybe develop. It will definitely go on to develop their own, I think, big local entertainment project. But just to move on to our third story of the day. So Rothschild and Company is expanding its wealth management footprint in Dubai after signing a landmark referral agreement with Lush and
This is going to be difficult.
Landis Bank, or LLB. I did it. Now the deal will see Rothschild and Company onboard LLB's employees and clients in the UAE, signaling a major step forward in its commitment to the Middle East.
And under the agreement, around 20 employees and CHF 1 billion in assets are expected to move across to Rothschild and Company.
Now, Rothschild executives, meanwhile, say the acquisition underscores their high conviction in the UAE's wealth potential, given the growing concentration of both regional and global wealth in Dubai. Now, they describe the LLB transaction as a perfect strategic fit, deepening client relationships and strengthening Rothschild and Company's position in one of the fastest growing regions worldwide. Now, I think it's really interesting that this announcement is made now, just as we've come to hear that HSBC, the Swiss bank, has cut like 1,000 of its Middle Eastern wealthy clients.
Yeah.
I think what a great time to announce your presence. But what do you think about this, Majid?
Rothschild, a lot of people think it's banking. They're very, what I know is they're very discreet asset managers, wealth managers, and private banking, not like public banking, private banking. There's a lot of rumors about them that they control the whole everything in the world.
I know, in Canada, someone always talks about it.
Right? But yeah, it's centuries old. I think 1880 something they started, and
no, it's
they're
from
a
the
very
1700s.
1700s?
1700s, yes. I think he founded it in Germany.
1760s.
Wow.
Yeah, Frankfurt was the place. Meyer Amschel Rothschild. That's the person. So yeah, it has a very big history. The only interesting part of this is they took over literally a company. So it's a very nice move from LLB also. They could have easily shut down and sold and left. But Rothschild was like, sell it to us. We'll take over the office. It's like you have a sweets shop, you have Billabong, and one day they're like, oh, we're closing, not doing good enough. And you take the whole operation with the employees, with everything, and just put a new board on it. So that's good. They're getting all the clients and all of that. I think LLB will get a lot of money out of it because
I like how it's a small team. It's a team of,
it's a
I
20
think,
people team,
a 20-people team. I think the fact that such a large, insane, crazy conglomerate is like, you know what? We'll just put 23 people for now. We'll see how this is gonna do. But like, speaking of that, like exclusivity, that like private banking magic. You know what's something that I discovered lately that just completely shocked me? This thing called Wheelie. Have you ever heard of it? No. It's basically this app. It's this app where you can order a delivery service. It was based in London. They bought it here. But basically, the difference between Wheelie and Uber and Careem is that Wheelie fought with the RTA to not give it its clients' information.
Nice.
Now, with Careem and Uber, they're obliged to give every single user's information to the RTA in Dubai. Wheelie does not do that. The cars don't even have a camera. It's crazy. It's such a crazy service, Majid. Like nice. You get this, you can get a Rolls Royce service from them. Like you can get dropped off in it. You can get dropped off in a BMW, and they're really high-end cars. And it's like the driver will open the car door for you. There's an Evian water sitting there and wipes and their own brand of wipes and everything.
Nice.
Why do I know this? I got stranded somewhere, and my family couldn't pick me up, so they felt guilty and they ordered one for me. And I was like, "What in the world is this? Like, where am I sitting? What is going on here?"
They will charge you a good money for it also.
I just It's
kind of like a premium service.
They will,
right?
but it's the fact that they don't give the RTA their information. Like, I don't know how they got away with that.
RTA would charge them more than, obviously,
Probably.
and then they will charge you more. So it's kind of like a premium, discreet, very secret service. But again, it works. In Dubai, you don't need information. It's already too safe. But yeah,
I think they already probably have all of our information.
The Emirates ID is linked to literally everything, so everything, they know everything about it. It's very good. There is an argument against it that, oh, you're giving up your financial liberty. Actually, in the morning I was reading I was listening to a book, very interesting book on how from like early parts of history where Greeks tried to conquer people, and then the difference between polis and oikos. Polis is public life, oikos is your private life. So they told a whole story of how in the start, whatever your private information was, it was your private information, and public sphere, you had public sphere. Then some of the Roman Empire and the Greek Empire, they tried to use personal information, get it from you, and use it against you. So they made it part of public life. A lot of people went against it. Then came the age of internet, and we willingly gave all the information to all the apps to track us literally anywhere. Right now, all the apps that you use, the biggest ones, if you name it, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, When you download them, they ask you for permissions, otherwise they don't work. They know your location, they know every bit of information about you. If you stayed on a reel or a TikTok for 3 seconds, they'll know this is the thing that they like more. If you stay for 1 second, they won't show you that thing. So yeah, very interesting book. Yeah, from strangers to intimates. That's the name of the book.
And you know what, Majid? It's honestly like, I think that I hate that I have to be paranoid. Like, I'll give you an example. Are you seeing how that founder, Yusuf of Seen Palestine, the one who came on the Smahsi Business Show, he's on the flotilla, right? Yeah. And I'm seeing all his videos and they're making me so emotional. I'm like, man, like I really hope this good guy makes it out of this. He's a great person, great business. And I remember I saw one of his videos and I'm like, I want this to get so much attraction. I really want whatever he's doing to genuinely make a difference, you know? So I reposted it, videos, and I'm like, I want this to get so much attraction. I really want whatever he's doing to genuinely make a difference, you know? So I reposted it. And then after I reposted it, I sat there and I was like, oh my God, like someone's gonna track this down one day and I'm just gonna completely regret it. But I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's the age of the internet. I'm sure that a lot of people have aired worse dirty laundry. What I'm doing is not even bad.
It's just an opinion that you're sharing that you agree with.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the question in the book at the end was, since you willingly give everything out, you give your family information, people tag their wives married to this, have kids, blah, blah, blah.
Do you see profiles married to, but like,
so how do you define private life in all of this? It's a very nice question which ended the book and I was like, yeah, very good question. I have given out all my information. I can chat GPT myself and I'll get a very big question. You
how like some people give their opinions, but you know, they still get what they want, like the Anthropic's CEO. So essentially what happened is Qatar Investment Authority has joined a heavyweight lineup of global investors in backing Anthropic's record-breaking funding round. Now the artificial intelligence company has secured $13 billion in Series F financing, making it one of the largest private raises in tech history.
And I think the last one was OpenAI. They raised $6 billion. They were the largest, and now Anthropic is the round led by Iconic Capital alongside Fidelity Management and Research Company and Lightspeed Venture Partners propels Anthropic to a staggering $183 billion post-money valuation. That's nearly triple the 61.5 billion valuation it held 6 months ago.
Now joining Qatar's sovereign wealth fund in this landmark deal are other institutional giants. They include Singapore's GIC, BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, Alternatives, and the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, now all signaling strong confidence in Anthropic's trajectory as an AI leader.
And this fresh round underscores how demand for advanced artificial intelligence capabilities continues to fuel intense investor appetite. Anthropic, a key rival to OpenAI, has been positioning itself at the forefront of LLM's large language module development with strong corporate partnerships and government interest.
Now, one notable absence from the investor roster is the UAE's MGX.
Yes.
Now, the Abu Dhabi-backed AI fund was previously reported to be in advanced talks with Anthropic as part of an expected $3 to $5 billion round. But in the final count, Qatar has emerged as the Gulf's key backer of this massive deal. I think that this is so interesting. The fact that, you know, like this has happened. No, it's honestly really crazy because just a while ago, and we saw how there was this leaked memo where essentially, guys, the Anthropic CEO was like, it's not really good business logic to like partner with bad people, but like we need their money, quote unquote, according to Wired. And he just basically called, you know, the Gulf investors, the Middle East, corrupt governments. He basically that one. They love that one, don't they? And he added that one in. And he said, but you know, we need that funding, and we can't let that stop us from getting to where we need to be. Yeah. And he said all of that, right? And so me and Majid were on standby. We're like, okay, we need to see which Middle Eastern investor is actually going to give this man money. Like, who's going to give him money? Who's going to invest in him? And Qatar Investment Authority has given them money. Yeah. I think that, you know, with Qatar Investment Authority, they've probably seen, you know, a vision maybe in what they're doing. Right now, their chatbot, Claude AI, only holds like 4% of the market. So it's not actually doing that well. I'm not sure if, I feel like nowadays, Majid, we're really seeing that the investments in AI, like, I just wonder if they're good enough. Like, Builder AI, right?
Yeah.
I think Qatar gave them over $200 million only for Builder AI to just go bust, go bankrupt. And we find out that no, they didn't have AI. They were hiring engineers in India. So I think just taking a look at all of this, it's like, is AI the best investment right now? I think me and Rich were also talking about it yesterday.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, like he posed a really good point. Like, do we really need this? We saw how things went with Builder AI. I'm not sure how things are going to go with Anthropic. And it's like, you know what, Majid? Like, when I take a look at this like entire story of Anthropic, the fact that, you know, the CEO, that he got to say all of that stuff
And
still get the money that he wants, like, what does that tell you about the world? You know, like, money moves things. It literally moves things. If you have the money and you can get what you want, you can 100% get what you want, despite what you may say.
Yeah. Again, since I started working yesterday, I brought myself back to the work mode. There's this Harvard Business Review video. The guy who is speaking is, wait, I'll tell you the name as it rolls back. But a new MIT study, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, suggests 95% of generative AI investments, basically ChatGPT, Claude, aren't paying off. That's the study by MIT. And
I read that somewhere on Instagram.
yeah, Harvard Business Review, this is the one. So this, he's the chief editor of Harvard Business Review magazine. So he's explaining the MIT report. 95% people who invested in generative AI haven't seen any return till now.
It's just burning cash.
So it raises the question which Rich was raising yesterday about the AI bubble, which we've seen in the history. There was a dot-com bubble, there was a tech bubble. One of the AI bubbles recently exploded when NVIDIA, which was around 181, 182, and they announced their earnings on August 27. On holiday, I was looking at the earnings report because I had invested. So they announced their investment report, $350 billion they lost because Trump stopped their exports to China. Announced their investment report, $350 billion they lost because Trump stopped their exports to China. $350 billion loss. They couldn't export to one country. They lost so much money. So their obviously share price went down. It's around 170. Yesterday it closed at 170. Then it went down to 165 in post market. So it shows you that if the biggest player in AI right now, which provides the chips, which on all these LLMs work on, they are not doing great. And then you combine it with this study of MIT that 95% of investments aren't paying off. It looks like a bubble. Statistically, numbers-wise, AI looks like a bubble and it will burst. We don't know how and when and what. The only idea is its utility is great. I think everyone now uses ChatGPT. On the Georgia tip, there was this one guy, very nice South African guy, Ryan Bernard.
Yeah.
He and his wife, the Iraqi wife, very nice couple and very interesting couple, Iraqi and South African. Whenever I talk to him, he was like, oh yeah, I'll ChatGPT it. So I realized that people have moved on Google it, from the term Google it to ChatGPT it. I was like, this is such a big move which we don't realize even in our normal lives. Whenever someone used to say anything, we're like, Google it. Even right now, even
you
as old as I am,
you still
sometimes
say it.
Yeah,
when I ask Majid questions, guys, and he says that to me, I get so antagonized. I was like, oh my God.
I'll ChatGPT it, I'll grok it. So you have to realize that the shift has happened. Utility-wise, it has happened. Investment-wise, I have no idea what will happen to it, if people will make money out of it, how they will make money out of it. Because it's a very big investment. We are seeing the Abu Dhabi whole thing that is being built.
Stargate UAE.
Yeah, that's a $5 billion investment. How will you get money out of it? So,
that's a good question. But you know what it also is, I think, with Stargate UAE, Majid? I think in the end of the day, it's about those teams. It's about that expertise. It's about moving that foreign pool for it to come here. Because if you have Microsoft, if you have Apple, AMD, whatever. If you have Amazon Web Services, all of them coming to work to build this big AI data center in Abu Dhabi, what's going to happen? They're going to move their teams here. They're going to move their really good directors here. And we actually, we saw that happen with Humane now in an exclusive interview with Smahsi Business. Tariq Amin, who is leading it, essentially told us that NVIDIA, specifically in AMD, relocated their teams to Saudi Arabia for Humane. So I think it's that fact that that I think is adding that benefit to it, and it's also building, I think, such a great relationship between the two.
Just to give you a conclusion of all of this, that how they will make money. It's not like fact. It's an educated guess from a lot of people. Eventually, no one will build their own data centers. There will be big players who will build data centers, and they'll rent out the computing power, the inferencing power that Rich was talking about yesterday. They will rent it out. So that's the only way to make big money from it. Because if you're investing 5 billion, you expect that 5 billion to come back to you in at least 10 years, right? So you will just rent out your data center for OpenAI to. I think OpenAI is the first company which will rent out data space in UAE's target. So that's the only way to make money. But how much? That's the question. How soon will you get all the money back and then you'll start making profits? It's a very, 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 very big question. We'll see it. The way technology works, we'll see it in a year or two.
And that's a wrap for today, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the Smahsi Business Show. Make sure to follow us across all social media channels at Smahsi Business. And stay ahead with our daily newsletter. You'll find the subscription link in the description.
This has been a Smahsi Business Show, Smahsi Business Production, part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. A big shout out to our 2.3 million monthly listeners across all platforms. You make this possible. If you're one of them, we greatly, greatly thank you. We appreciate you. And go and vote for